Hi, Atharva. Welcome to my
Hello,
podcast
thank you
for
so
Your
much.
Comunete. So, today we're going to talk about your solo travel, your cultural surprises, and finding yourself on the road. Also, let me tell our audience that you are my friend since we went to exchange by Rotary. So, that was probably about 7 to 8 years ago.
8 years ago, yes, 8 years ago.
8 years ago. And we have been together since then. I have noticed a huge difference in you from being an exchange student, just a teenager, and now to a budget friendly backpacker around the world. So, today we will be discussing all about that. From our Rotary days to now, you have gone from law student to full time backpacker. What was that aha moment when you thought, forget the courtroom, I'm taking the world as my classroom?
So, hello guys. So there was not this specific aha moment, but when I decided to solo backpack around India, it was immediate after COVID, and I planned like for a trip of around 12 days around Rajasthan, and because Rajasthan is a very safe zone, in like mountains are like too cold, south is too hot. Rajasthan is better, and it's tourist friendly. So I thought let's go to Rajasthan, and then it went from Rajasthan to Delhi to Uttar Pradesh to Uttarakhand, and it was a big travel. The initial plan was for 12 days. It turned out to be a 28 days trip. And I still remember when I came back to Pune from train, when I was, just walking up the stairs, when I saw the Pune city, I had this satisfaction inside me, which was very rare. I had never felt that satisfaction. You feel that moment that, whoosh, like, yes, now it's like, no, it's not enough, but it is like I'm satisfied. That moment was something which kept on pushing me for traveling to more different cities, countries. So you can say that was my moment.
Okay. So, your first solo trip was 28 days across India. By now,
Yes.
you have covered more than 100 cities.
Yes. While I was
That's
doing
brave.
my law, I was studying and I was traveling. So after that, I also don't know how come, but I travel more than 100 cities of India, and that's like a big thing for me.
That's brave. What scared you more, telling your parents or actually getting on that first train alone?
To be honest, none. Because convincing my parent, like I was in COVID, I was with my parents for the whole time. And I was constantly watching these vlogs and TEDx talks. And every day I used to go to my mom and like, I want to be a solo traveler. I want to be a solo traveler. And they were like done listening to me, and I was like, okay, I want to be a solo traveler, but I've never experienced one. I have never went on a solo trip, or I've never experienced this kind of thing. So I thought, let's do that. And I just boarded the train and it happened. So to be honest, none of them was difficult.
That's good. That's interesting. So, you were actually making it prepared that you are going to go for a very long time and someday.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, you just got back from Thailand, Laos, Central Asia, places most Indians never think of visiting except Thailand. That's a very popular destination.
Yeah.
How do you even choose these destinations? Do you throw darts at a map or is there a method to this madness?
So to be honest, these for an Indian passport, it's not that easy as Europeans or US, to just pack your bags and leave. So these countries have very easy visa processes, or there are free visas, or there are visa on arrivals or e-visas. So it's very easy to take. You don't have to prior apply for them, plan the trip. So basically, when I planned Southeast Asia, I covered 5 countries in 5 months. And then when I planned for Central Asia, I did Central Asia, 3 countries: Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan. Then I went to Oman and Sri Lanka, and then I'm home back. So these countries are very easy. So normally people always choose Southeast Asia, as it is known for backpackers heaven, because when you go there, you all actually feel that it's made for us. It's so there are so many hostels, so many activities, so many travelers. But Central Asia is exact opposite. Central Asia is more you will meet more of a experienced travelers. It's more about culture and nature. So it's not more of a backpacking parties and meeting many people. It's more of a inside journey where you actually get time for yourself because there are not many travelers. And especially when I went to Tajikistan, it was very different because 93% of the country is into mountains, and there are not many like places, like there are mostly mountains, so there are not many big cities. And when I was traveling there, it was off season, and I was almost alone, so it was a total different experience. So these countries were like easy shot, so that's the reason, to be honest.
Okay. So Thailand versus Laos. Which country made you feel more like a millionaire on $10 a day? And please tell me you have a funny story about trying to order food without speaking the language.
Okay, so first, people say that I I didn't feel millionaire anywhere, to be honest, because India, according to me, India is one of the cheapest countries to travel. When I used to backpack in India for like 25 days approximately on average, I used to spend around 5 to 6 thousand rupees for 25 days, and that's like really cheap, including
Hmm.
everything like rickshaw from my house to back, everything
Hmm.
included. It was like 5, 6, 7, so it was like that. But outside it's not that cheap, you can say. I would say everyone says that Laos is one of the most cheapest country in Southeast Asia or something. But what I felt that Thailand is more cheap because Thailand has more options. Thailand is very much into backpacking and tourism, so you get like shitload of options there. And Laos in that area, like they also have many options, but still the area is restricted. So I think so. Thailand is more cheap. Again, everything depends on the season when what you travel. So it's not every day. It's not cheap or expensive. So if there is a shoulder season, or there is a low season, things are gonna be very cheap. I spent like around 2 months in Thailand, and sometimes I used to pay like 225 INR in all the cities in hostel. Like there was a like slumber hostel, and everywhere they had the branch, and it was that cheap because it was about to the rainy season was about to start, so it was all
Hmm.
cheap. And the third question about the food, so of course this is everywhere. People don't know English. Like we always think that okay, English is it is important language, but when you travel outside India, people say that you should know English. But the fact is they don't know English at all. Like no one speaks English, hardly. Like Thailand, okay, because it is so much into tourism, but especially in Central Asia or Laos or Vietnam in that sense, when like my style is going on a local place where there are not many tourists going on, not many big hotels, so it's like a proper local place. So of course they don't know much English, but it's easy, to be honest. Google translation works, and you have to eat, they know that you have to eat. Especially in my case, I eat everything, so it's not a difficult part to explain them. So whatever they give, I'm happy to eat, and I can understand because it is like my way of traveling is different. I stay for a longer time. I stay for at least 25 days, 1 month, till my visa gets over. So after some time, I already know few words or like what is this, what is that, what to order, what not to order. And as a being a budget traveler, my things are very restricted, so I don't have to explore more, like in going in a restaurants and all. So it's not that difficult. People think that it is, but for me it's okay.
Okay. So Central Asia, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, these aren't exactly on every Indian's bucket list.
Yeah,
What made you think, yes, let me go where Google Translate might give up on me?
it does actually, because most of the places, especially in Tajikistan, you don't even get signal. You don't even get like, you don't have anything. And especially I was so clever that because my space of phone was running out, I deleted my Google Translator, which was free, like, which was without internet. So I had no like mode of communication to, like there was no translator, there was nothing. But
Okay.
why Central Asia? Because again, it's very easy. Not all parts of Central Asia, but Kazakhstan is very popular in Indians right now. Most of the
Mm,
people go there. But
mm,
Uzbekistan and especially Tajikistan, no one goes. Like I have seen no tourist in Tajikistan, which was like a big wonder to me. In Uzbekistan, I saw few, but they were all like aged people, who came to explore the culture and the heritage of the country. But Central Asia is something you travel to Central Asia when you want to see beyond hostels, parties, drinks, and everything, something which is real, which has a big history and which has a total different culture. So it was all governed by Soviet Unions, and they all are like Islamic
mm,
countries. So it's a very
mm,
interesting part of the world to travel. Especially, I would definitely recommend Tajikistan because I'm a mountain guy and like a nature's person, and 93% of the place is into mountains, and they hardly have seen Indians, so they are very excited, and they have a lot of good knowledge about Bollywood. So they will, sing in front of you many Hindi songs which you also don't know, and they will be very fascinated to see you because they are like, okay, we are listening to Bollywood since childhood, and there is someone from India who has came, so they will try to sing in front of you, and they will try to help you. So Central Asia was really good. It was very different from Southeast, but it was good.
okay. So let's talk about money. What does $5 actually buy you for dinner in rural Laos versus Bangkok?
Okay. Uh, Again, in Laos, there are very few restaurants. So if
Okay.
you have to really find something cheap, you have to go a little bit out of the way. So there are these areas where there are all the hostels and restaurants and everything. And then if you want to find these kind of cheap hotels or something local, you have to really travel outside that area, which no one, which not most of them does. But I used to go to this Blue Lagoons in Van Vieng, and there was this small restaurant, very local, and they used to serve like really good milkshakes and basic food like fried rice, fried noodles, and something like that. So it was possible in Bangkok. Of course, if you go to the restaurants, they are like really expensive. Like there are all types of restaurants, but still it is expensive. But in the best thing about Thailand, which I found because I stayed there for 2 months, they have these markets. So as we have like a sabzi mandi in like
Mm,
in India, they have the same concept. But in that mandi, they also give food, fruits, and like barbecues and different kinds of small street foods. So the street
mm,
foods which we find like on the road in India, it's in the market, and they
okay.
are very cheap. So they have this very famous thing which is like a barbecue stick and a sticky rice. You just eat like the meat, and then you have to eat the small part of rice, and that's like really cheap, more like less than $1. So $5 actually is a very big amount if you want to think and use it. I spend less than $5 for food for both the times, not even like one meal.
Interesting. Any meals where you wondered, what am I actually eating?
Yes. I was in Central Asia in Kazakhstan, and they have a very weird thing that they do. They eat horse meat. So I was like, horse meat is something really, because we have seen horses, and like, it's very weird. They're such a beautiful animal, and then they eat. And I tried it because I was like, fuck it, like let's just try it. But to be honest, it was really good. I actually tried
Okay.
once, and then I ate like 2 or 3 times. So that
Okay.
you can say weird. But one thing which is really weird, I went to Amazons in Brazil, and during that trip they had dried flies. So just in
Right.
the Amazon. So I tried that. That was the most weird thing I have eaten in my life.
I think it was similar in Mexico because they used to have this small grasshoppers that were fried
Yes.
and they would put
Yes.
it on tacos and eat it with lemon and salt and pepper, and I could never taste it. I never tasted it honestly, but okay,
In
I
Thailand,
get you.
you will find all different kinds of bugs. Everything you want, like from cockroaches to
Oh my
like
God.
all grasshoppers. They have everything.
Did you try something?
I didn't try this. I tried alligator.
Alligator. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That is like
I've
a little
heard.
bit common right now.
Okay, that's good. So, couch surfing in Kazakhstan. That must have some interesting stories. How do you convince a stranger that this random Indian guy is safe to host? Any epic host family moments?
So couch surfing has played a very important role in my travel life because I started using it after COVID from my first trip, and I got hosted in a hostel, and then I met two more couch surfers. So in couch surfing, so basically, let me tell me about what is couch surfing to all those who don't know. Couch surfing is an basically a community. It's an app. It's a website where you can actually help travelers. Either you can host them to their house, you can surf to their house, or any who are on the platform. You can meet them in the events or in hangouts. You can show them around, and this everything is like no money in there is no money of intention. So if you're staying at someone's house, you don't have to pay them. So there's nothing. So it's just a helping community. And so I've been part of it for last 5 years right now. And it's been awesome. Like Kazakhstan was very easy because there was an Indian guy who was hosting me for like all those like for 25 days I was staying with him. Like just imagine I'm
Mm,
going to a guy's house. It is like Indians guys, there are five of them, and I'm literally staying for 25 days. Someone would have asked me like, give me a rent. I was staying for such a
right.
long time.
Mm,
But I have couch surfed all around India. Like I'm not even kidding. I have stayed more than 50 houses till date through couch surfing. 50 different families, different people, and some of them I have repeated. I've stayed there multiple times. So all around India, all around Southeast Asia. Even in Bali, I got hosted. Just imagine in Bali, which is one of the most expensive place to go right now, which is so much populated with tourists. But there was a guy who was interested in hosting an Indian guy, which was like very surprising for me because he had like a lot of options on his plate. But still
right.
he hosted me. And so everywhere like Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia, Central Asia, especially I've also been hosted in Tajikistan by a Pakistani guy. So that was very
Okay.
surprising. It was a moment of war. The war was happening, and I was
Mm,
staying with him, but he didn't have any, a different perspective or any anger inside him that he's an Indian. He was just helping as a travelers because I had a total different experience. It's a very beautiful experience. All the Pakistani people I've met, and so I have created families. Like couch surfing has given me so much. I've surfed from 18 years old to like 80 years old. So I've seen all different kinds of people in couch surfing, and it's amazing. Like people have given me, helped me so much that is too much. Like you don't even do that for your relatives or for your closed ones, and you just see a request on the app that please can you host me, and then you help out so much to that person in no money consideration, nothing attached, but that's pure helpful nature and humanity, what I feel.
okay. So that was all your positive and good experiences. But
Yeah.
what about worst accommodation? I want details.
Oh
It
yeah.
could be cockroaches, broken toilets, or mysterious stains. What was your survival strategy for those? This was definitely not in the photos moments.
See, through couch surfing I have also experienced, through hostels I have also experienced. Through couchsurfing, I experience which I cannot complain because it's free, because someone is helping me out. So I cannot, like assume that everything will be good or something. If it's not, I have to be okay with it because he's just helping me out. But I had like I'll not mention a place. It was in India, and I went to that place. The guy's room was amazing, but his house, which was like back of the room, was so like old and ruler. The washroom was so bad that I actually washed my hands, not even my face, and I didn't even take a shit or like did anything. I didn't even brush. I just explored the place, stayed there for a night, and then I left. I am a guy who is a germophobic. Like I need everything around me clean. Even like my washrooms and my room will be like my the place where I sleep. It should be clean. And I've experienced like some places which was like you feel that this bed sheet or this bed is not even dusted for years, but now you are there, the guy is helping you out, you cannot even complain, you cannot even do anything, you just have to survive the night, survive the day. So I have seen this through couch surfing also, but through hostels, of course, because I'm a budget traveler. There are a few hostels, especially in Bangkok. There was one hostel, and it was so bad, so bad. I kept my stuff. I left. I didn't even brush or anything. I was just like, I did it like before in another hostel, and I just went there at night, like late night, where I have to just sleep. Next day, I got up and I left. You just
Okay.
imagine, I have not even used a single facility in the hostel. I was
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
done, but it was a very budget hostel, and I was like, okay, let's just survive. Because when
Hmm.
I'm traveling, I'm on the survival mode. So
Hmm.
it is very
Right.
easy. It's not
Okay.
easy, but I have to be easy.
Right. Right. Okay. So you don't make it weird for your own self. You would rather adjust in that moment for those many hours and leave.
Exactly. Like I will be like like this something, but I have to survive because I cannot do anything. I've already paid. There is no other place. So, when you travel for a long time, you cannot every time you cannot assume that everything is gonna be good or clean or like perfect according to your way. If it's gonna be that way, then there is no fun. It's just being like there is nothing to learn about. So like there are times where I've also slept on the railway stations, on the bus stops, just on like on not on the street but on the like a bark or something. And that I would never do, and that I never imagined to do. But I did that because I thought in future life, if I have like some problem or like some opportunity, I have seen the worst. So now it's not going to beat it. So that is
Correct.
that is how you
Hmm.
learn the survival skills, and
Right.
this is going to help you some or the other way in your life.
Right. Okay. So what's something normal in Thailand that would be absolutely weird in India?
Hmm. Thailand is, see, I, I have a very different perspective, and there are two different sides of Thailand. So, Thailand is very much known for the adult world, like too much. It is too open, too many lady boys, too many girls, too many prostitutes, very easy, as well as a big scam, big scam. So you have to be very careful if you just want to go and have that kind of fun. But like, for me, it was a very different journey. So the thing which is very weird about Thailand is, of course, the adult life is so much there, which you cannot see that much in India or like that open in India. And that was the weird thing. That is the different thing, not weird thing, I would say. But people have a very wrong perspective about Thailand. To be honest, uh, I was there for 2 months in two different areas. I was there in north, I was there in south, and I was there in the middle, like the Bangkok and all. So the north is mostly known for temples. So there are so many beautiful temples and the rich culture, history, tradition of Thailand, which you will able to see in the north. I have also practiced meditation. In the meditation, I used to learn Dhamma and Vipassana both, and it was such a beautiful property, amazing property with different people around the world. They're coming together, sorry, sitting, meditating, talking about themselves, talking about the problems. It was like a amazing, and they give you a costume like a white dress. So there is everyone is similar. There is no one like bigger, no one smaller in the age or anything. So that was an amazing thing. No one would do from India. No one would go there and do that. Like everyone just want to go to Bangkok, Pattaya, Phuket. That's it, and that's not Thailand. So this is north. I went to this Ban Rak Thai. There's a small place next to the Cambodia, and it was such a beautiful. It is mostly influenced by China, so there are many lanterns. It's a very small city with a lake in the between.
Mhm.
And as you travel to the south, there are amazing, prestigious, like blue, crystal clear islands, which are totally amazing. So there is a very famous island called Kopangan in south of Thailand, which is known for its full moon party. But I went there when there was no full moon party. So it was in the middle of the month, and the island was literally empty. So there were hardly few people. And the joy of taking a bike and riding all around the island where there are no people, you can ride, you can, like just go explore the places. It was amazing, amazing. So
Mm.
you should try something else. You should go out of the track, and you should experience something which is not which is unexplored, or which is explored but in a different season. It is a very
Correct.
different side.
Yeah. And vice versa. What Indian habit do you have that confuse the locals there?
Confuse the locals there.
Mm.
Mm, not confused, but there are many people whom I meet, and they always say that you guys nod head a lot, like yes, like this, like
The
that. And
same thing.
I actually have never like thought about it. Because being
Mm.
an Indian, it is so normal for us, like yes, no. So sometimes what no is like this, but sometimes yes is also like
Yeah,
this. So, huh? Like
correct.
we never do like this. We always do like yes. So
Mm.
that is something they may have found confusing. No one came and told me about that this is confusing. But most of the people they love, they love how we nod our heads, and they are like yes. So that was something. The people were really amazed to see the bargaining skills. So whenever a foreigner, like in a foreign country, they see Indian, they don't try to scam them because they know we are their dads. Like you cannot bargain with you cannot scam an Indian. We have
Okay.
bargaining skills in our blood. So
Hmm.
that's
Hmm.
the thing.
Hmm. That's nice. So you've stayed with families across different countries. What's the most touching gesture of hospitality you've received? The kind that makes you believe in humanity again.
As I mentioned previously, like when you host someone, you don't even know, like never in your life you just see a message and then you host them, and then
Hmm.
you try to make them comfortable or show them around, or like do all the hospitality in such a good manner that you only feel that this is amazing, like the fact that they are helping you out when they don't know you at all.
Hmm.
They're just seeing a profile and accepting it is such an amazing thing. So especially, okay, couch surfing is a platform where people are, the people who are there, they know about this thing. But when I was in traveling in Tajikistan, especially there was one family whom I met while I was hitchhiking. So they took me. They took me all the six. There is a famous lake called Seven Lakes, and they
Okay.
took me till the sixth lake, and then they told me like, okay, you have food with us. Then I had my lunch. Then they told me in the night that okay, I already put my tent, but they're like, no, no, sleep in the room because it was cold out. So they took me to the room. The next day they took me back to the second lake. Then we again made food, and then I told them like, okay guys, I will stay here because I need to hitchhike to another place, and it's not possible. It was too late. So they said like, no, like you will come to our home, you will stay
Hmm.
with us. And the next day his like the grandfather of the house, he actually put me on the road, on the main road where I could hitchhike to the next place. So
Okay.
when I went to their house, they were like local, local village people, not even like big city people and with big apartment. Very beautiful traditional house. And the amount of food they have served, and the gesture of serving, you feel that you are his sasur, like the no, no, when the damad goes to the his son
Right. Right.
in their
Son-in-law comes
home,
to the
the
house for the first time. Yeah.
exact the way they show them around and treat them, they were treating me. And I remember when I was taking a bath, I just told him like, bro, there was one food which I ate, and I showed him the photo, and he was like, oh, this is the food. Yeah, 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 this is the name. And when I was sitting on the table, after some time, the dish actually came. He made his wife to make it. So these things are so special. The guy
Wow.
was so when I was talking to my family also during that time, at that night, the guy actually came with me the whole time. He was standing around me, so I should
Hmm.
not be alone. And the guy is parent, he has two childs, he's not someone of my age. So that was something very amazing, like very amazing.
Wow. Okay. That was a great experience. I think I lived vicariously through you right now. So, with language barriers, which must create hilarious situations, we've all known that, we've all experienced that lost in translation moments where you thought you asked for water but got something completely unexpected. Has that happened to you?
For water, not really, but for food, sometimes you can say that like you're asking something, not there is nothing veg, but you're asking something and you're eating something which you are like, this doesn't taste like this, it is totally different. Like it happened with me in Kazakhstan. The taste was, no, it happened with me in Uzbekistan. The taste was so different, I was so confused what the hell is that, it is. And I was trying to ask the lady that, what is this, what is, and she was so clueless. She was so, and I ate it, I was like, fuck it. The next time also in some different place I had it, but I was like, okay, this is something which I ate before. I don't know what it is, but it is good. So it
So
happens a lot of times.
you never got to know what the name of the dish was.
No, I don't know. It was some like intestine or something or something. I don't know.
Okay. That's good.